So, I finally sat down and watched the Miraculous Ladybug Christmas special. Here are my thoughts on the special overall. From significance to the series at large, to evil Santa in all of his wicked glory. Arguably, one of the most interesting, overarching plot threads in Ladybug is Mrs. Agrest's mysterious disappearance. It's no secret that Adrian has a fairly tense, strained relationship with his stoic, hard-nosed father Gabriel. Further scenes imply that Gabriel may not be a workaholic, but that he deliberately chooses to shutter himself up in his work to numb the pain of his wife's absence. I'm tempted to say Adrian's mother was a warmer, more emotionally tuned-in parent. Just compare Adrian's portrait with her to the more rigid, formal one of him and his father in the living room. Gabriel cares about his son and his welfare, but he's not the best at expressing himself or his feelings. There's stronger pressure on the man now because he's caught between grieving and stepping up to be the more compassionate father Adrian needs. The special takes good measure in opening with a fun, warm number emphasizing the importance of family, friends, and bonding during the holidays at large. Christmas as the ultimate family time only hammers in just how daunting and overwhelming Mrs. Agrest's absence is now. Of course Adrian feels trapped and anxious. He is expected to be a calm, level-headed figure out in public if only to uphold his father's image. He doesn't really have anyone to confide in except maybe Nino or Plog, but even then there's only so much either one could really do. Gabriel knows he needs to step up. The ironic part is that just as he does, Adrian reaches his proverbial breaking point and dives out into the night, a heat-of-the-moment Scrooge ready to take out his anger on something. Where Chat Noir provided needed escape and adventure before, even the alter ego isn't enough to tamp down Adrian's misery on Christmas. Here, Chat Noir's power provides a potent outlet for his bitterness, resentment, and anger. But he can't just bring himself to destroy the lit-up Christmas tree in the center of town. In the heat of anger, instant gratification felt satisfying. Though, just as quickly as he reached his proverbial breaking point, Adrian knows it won't help him in the long run. It'd just be senseless destruction. As he sinks to the snow, it's a bittersweet, sober moment. He realizes he's out in the dead of winter, on a dark night, with no coat. Just his wits and determination to lead him back home, or wherever else on a vain, desperate quest. It's very welcome when Santa shows up. Adrian deters a couple of rotten kids from picking on him, then Santa decides to return his kindness and give him a ride home. Santa reminding Adrian about the holiday spirit is set up in a surprisingly organic, charming way. It isn't tried or forced like it would be in other Christmas specials. It's a gentle nudge that Adrian should be more open towards and patient with his father. Of course, his father would notice he's gone and be worried sick about his welfare. Honestly, I think Adrian's half of the story wrapped up a bit too quickly and neatly. While this is a Christmas special, there's so much untapped potential for exploring Adrian's and Gabriel's relationship. I would have loved a montage showing them reminiscing on or discussing Mrs. Agrest. There's room for more serious, heartfelt talk about how they'll be more open in talking to or relating to each other. It'd be a fantastic cap for the special's chosen theme at that. It's okay for Adrian to play a solo starring role in an episode. It'd be okay if Marinette didn't show up again until the end with Adrian's other friends. Speaking of Marinette, the Christmas special treads similar ground that's already been covered in the episode Volpina. When Lila entered the picture as a potential love rival, Marinette let her jealousy and irrational rage get the better of her. She viciously lashes out at Lila, catching her in her lies about being close friends with Ladybug. Lila is a compulsive liar, yes, but Marinette didn't need to yank the ripcord as viciously as she had. From there, Lila becomes, arguably, one of the most ferocious of Hawkmoth's akumatized minions and attacks Ladybug and Chat Noir. The point was to illustrate that Marinette's intense feelings for Adrian makes her lose her cool. She snaps immediately into fight or flight mode, attacking whoever poses even the slightest threat to her blonde-haired, blue-eyed Carpenter's Close to You brand sweetheart. In the Christmas special, Marinette has no idea what happened to Adrian. She's in a similar camp with his father Gabriel. Anything could have happened to him, so they both assume the worst. For Marinette, the absolute worst possibility is Hawkmoth kidnapping Adrian in some convoluted chase after the Miraculi. That's why, when she sees a destroyed pillar in the center of town, she assumes Chat Noir was trying to protect Adrian. She paints a mental picture of Hawkmoth's latest minion and is primed to attack the first potential figure that fits this role. Enter the poor Santa impersonator, or this universe's version of Santa that helped Adrian return home. Convenience sandwiches him between a paranoid, worried Gabriel and a frenzied Ladybug. Ladybug hears Gabriel's accusation at just the right moment and lashes out at Santa. This is the guy that fits the scenario she was playing out in her head. This is who took her precious Adrian. After the realization Santa's a nice guy hits her in the head like a sack of hammers, it's too late. It's a similar set of circumstances to what led to Lila becoming the akumatized minion Vulpina. So Marinette's brutal misunderstandings may be a plot go-to next to Chloe's nastiness for what makes an akumatized minion. As long as Hawkmoth holds the leads for Miraculous's big bad anyway, Marinette's intentions make more sense when looking at the situation from her perspective. Granted, it's still frustrating to see Marinette jump to such dramatic leap and logic conclusions. She did have good reason to investigate the destroyed pillar uptown. It would be ridiculously odd to see the remnants of Chat Noir's cataclysm on an otherwise tranquil Christmas night. Plus, there is Adrian's disappearance. The big point of contention is that Marinette would see Santa's a good guy if she'd approach the situation with a calm, clear head. Marinette, take some of Bruce Wayne's, otherwise known as Batman's, classes in how to be a better detective, please. Paris is so tranquil and idyllic in this particular series that she need only a beginner's detective course to figure out the nutcase that is Hawkmoth. Gah! Really, the way Marinette's character is set up, she already has MacGyver brand cleverness. That's one of the biggest appeals for sitting down and watching the series in the first place. Just give her a basic set of detective skills and you're set. I would be a very happy viewer. Next to Adrian's quarter of the story, Evil Santa is probably the special's biggest saving grace. He's a fantastic addition to the toon's growing roster of more eccentric and ridiculous akumatized minions. He dances, shoots devil horns, and scowls every time he appears on screen. The bulk of his evil involves spawning spiders, cockroaches, and giving the exterminator unwanted work on Christmas. In short, he's a perfect antagonist for an action-packed Ladybug and Chat versus Hawkmoth motif for a Christmas special. The entire fight sequence is the right mix of action and funny antics. Chat and Ladybug have to figure out how to keep up with Santa's sleigh. From being shot through the air like unwitting clowns from a circus cannon, to setting up Scooby-Doo brand traps, Ladybug and Chat have to figure out how to one-up Evil Santa and save Christmas. Overall, it's the energetic fare a viewer expects from a typical good versus evil matchup in a given Ladybug episode. In conclusion, Adrian's part of the story was touching, and I wish there would have been more focus on him and Gabriel. Marinette needs to brush up on her detective skills, and Ladybug's brand of Evil Santa is a corny, fantastic brand of B-movie bad that I encourage every cartoon enthusiast to behold. Hello, denizens of the universe! Hope you all have happy holidays, and thank you very much for watching this particular video. If you feel so inclined, I have a Patreon, and Shipping Corner and video commissions are still open. Links to both will be in the description below. And if you feel further inclined, I also have a Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr, and DeviantArt page. Feel free to drop by and say hello.